What's up, team, and welcome to class. I'm excited about today for a handful of reasons. One, we're going to warm up with cars together. It's been a little bit since I've started a class with cars. My theory on it is that you're a grown adult, you know cars by this point, and you should be doing them every day, if not every other day. It'd be like me standing there and being like, did you floss your teeth? Did you floss them, right? And like we talked about many times, cars is a very personal journey. So do the cars that are working for you. Do the cars that are giving you the feedback that you need to do the things that you want to do. I digress. So we're gonna do that together, and then it's mostly gonna be some hips with a little bit of upper body thrown in because I just can't help myself, all right? So props today, I would love for us to have at least one, if not two blocks. I've got tennis balls as per usual, but something that you can grab. It can be literally like rags or something, or you can just make fists. And then I have a stick here. I don't know if we'll use the stick. Just something for balance, possibly. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start standing, and I've got my tennis balls for tension. I want one block to go in between your thighs, and this is just to add a little bit of tension through everything, right? So nice, even hips width distance, squish the heck out of that block. Let's apply some tension to the tennis balls. Shoulders down, arms in tight, we've got engagement. Take a nice big breath. And as you exhale, you're kind of battening down the hatch, pushing that air down, and we'll begin with neck cars. Chin to chest, chin to shoulder. Ooh, all the way up and around. Okay, at this point, we should know all of the games for closing angle joint pain, how to deal with that. So, of course, if you're feeling any of that, take the time, pause the video if you need to adjust, take care of things. Okay, when that feels pretty toasty, let's go into scaps first, and I want you to reach scaps out and up, kind of like you're gonna hug someone that's a little bit taller than you. Not a giant, but just like a normally but taller person. In this position, apply tension and nice big slow circles. Breathe. And for me, when I first started doing just different arm positions with my scapular cars, my elbows kept wanting to like bend and do stuff. So it's okay if there's a little bend. They obviously don't have to be locked out. But notice the things that your body wants to do, and then see if you have the option to say, hey man, knock it off. I didn't tell you to do that. So that we can at least be aware of it. Okay, almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good thoracic. Arms are in tight. We apply tension, chin to chest. And rotate. And side bend. Chest up, across, and go at your own pace. Keep applying tension, breath. Take your time, dig, 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 breathe. And lately I've been liking going through a couple of reps. I have a tendency to complete a rep and then hit the opposite, the reverse of it, which is nothing wrong with it. But if you're looking for ways to spice things up, I've been thinking and feeling that's been pretty nice in my body. Okay, good. Once that all feels pretty communicated with, let's go into shoulders. Now shoulders, a little bit different. I want you to take one arm, pull it into your body, right? You know how we sometimes pull the block through the body in some of our prior classes? I want you to pull the arm in through the body, internally rotate, sweep. Get the eye pit up towards the ceiling, cross. Breathe. And reverse. Nice, big, slow, beautiful circles. Take your time. So, I'm blessed in this space because there's a mirror directly in front of me. So A, that helps me not look like a total buffoon if I've got something silly in my teeth or whatever. But more importantly, I can see if there's any compensation, right? So the biggest one tends to be scap involvement here within the shoulder car. So if you have a way to film yourself or to see yourself in the mirror, that's ideal. Okay, I'm ready to switch but if you need more time, that's fine. Oof. I had a new client sign on recently, and they were like, okay, cars is hard, but I kind of expected more of a workout. And the moment we added tension, right? The moment they started understanding how to dig for more each repetition, things got toasty. I say that because after that first round of shoulder cars, hot, already getting a little sweat on. Okay, so if you're not used to being like, oh dang, my cars are kind of hard, we can up the tension. We can up the dig, the wringing out, so to speak. Okay, elbows all the way up, apply tension, and down. Ooh, big poppies. And the other way. Good, breathe. Okay, my elbows warm up pretty quickly, so I'm about done, but again, as always, if you need more time, fine. Okay, wrist. Let's go ahead and do both at the same time. Pronation, the eye pit stays in the same position, and dig. Both directions. And when we're toasty town, supinate. I like to really lock the supination in, like I'm trying to pin the $1 billion bill between my elbows and my body. And then the eye pit stays in the same position. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, it's like how we have an armpit, but there's an elbow pit. If the elbow pit's moving, it's because the elbow joint is trying to participate, or worse, the shoulder's trying to participate. Damn, toasty. Okay, I'm gonna come down to kneeling, purely just for the choice of it. You can stay standing. We're gonna move into more just spinal work. I'm gonna turn to the side here, and actually I let go of my tennis balls unnecessarily. Same setup as the thoracic work, except it's just flexion, as small as you can get, and extension. Breath. Coily, 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 one piece at a time. Now, you can see I'm kind of letting my hips rock back and forth, which I'm allowing intentionally. But as we get warmer, I'm not going to let that happen. All right, you see that difference on me? Oh, and then back up. Ooh. Okay, good. Let's move into low body, starting with hips. One block underneath the head. If you don't need it, that's fine. But I do want us to apply tension. So since I've got the tennis balls, I just want to show you a couple different options or variations. I like to think about trying to pop the tennis ball here, all right? So I'm squishing the heck out of it. I externally rotate in the hip, and up and out. Internally rotate towards the back wall, and repeat. This one on the side lying hip car, we can't really do the thing I was talking about before where you can like complete reps, because obviously the floor is kind of in the way. But you can kind of cheat it if you're like, oh yeah, that felt kind of good, right? And you can cheat it just by sweeping through like how I just did, or sweeping through in the opposite way. Okay, breath. Okay, good. When you're toasty, let's switch. You can just roll over, but I'm gonna flip so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Applying tension, right? And if you don't have a tennis ball, again, you can use anything for grip. It's really more of the tactile understanding that there's something there, but if you just wanna make fists and press them together and apply tension, dig it, go for it. Okay, and opposite hip car. Oof. I'll be honest with you, this class is gonna be a little selfish on my part because the hips need a little TLC. And as always, if you want to play the playlist below, you can, or just throw something that you like on, all right? Something that'll kind of get you in the zone. Perfect. Good, up to a seat, knees I like to start with a little bit of rotation first, but then when you're ready, the full thing. Rotate. Really think about pointing with the heel rather than the toes. And I know in the beginning, when you've gone through all of the introductory videos, I talk a lot about how the ankle wants to do the knee car. And at this point, after doing it for so long, I feel the work in the knee and I feel action through here. Ankle's quiet, right? Which is what we're going for. When you're ready for the other side, go for it. All sorts of poppies on this one, fine. Again, poppies sounds normal, as long as there's no pain associated with. If there's pain, then either you're gonna hit me up right away, or B, take a little break, treat it like the pie metaphor or our green light, yellow light, red light metaphor. And if you don't know what that is, then you're watching too advanced of a video, I think. Breathe. Good. When you're ready for that ankle, I always like to give it a little bit of a hover. Nice big slow circle. Breathe. We're not going to do fingers and toes today, just for sake of time. We're going to be working pretty hard. So if you want to do fingers and toes, I mean, I guess technically you can do them at the same time. So fancy. If you're fancy too, like me, do this. All right, that's enough of the ankle. Other side. Breathe. Guess we can do the opposite finger one. Okay, good. I do want to do a little bit of patella. Today is more hip focused than anything else, but when we do a low body focus, might as well just warm up the whole low body. So remember, see if you can go in the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. And if you're like, is it my kneecap or is it my skin? Get that skin the heck out of there. Pull it up or push it down or whatever. So then when you move it, you're like, ah, yes, that is indeed a bone. God, the patella is like the weirdest thing. It's just floating around in there. But it's what allows our legs to be so phenomenally strong. Good. Good. And if you've got pockets that feel sticky, as long as sticky is in like you're running into a block or you don't have as much movement as the other areas, then the game is to apply tension gently, but firmly, right? You can't have just no stimulus in the direction where it feels like it's got less wiggle. Like on my left knee, for example, that's pretty good. Coming inside, holy moly, piece of cake. Coming outside, it's like, meh. And if I'm being perfectly honest, it's something I should give a little more attention to. Just because we have the most to gain from our weakest points. Okay, good. That's our warm-up. If you need a little bit of water or anything before our next section, make it happen. Otherwise, let's get going. Okay, we're back. Or at least I'm back because I needed to rearrange my mic pack for what we're about to do next. So we're going to set up in some prone frog. You might love me or hate me for this next one, but it's going to be good for you, I promise. I think I'm going to demonstrate this way, but prone frog, I'll demonstrate this way first. Prone frog is 90 degrees in the hips, 90 degrees in the knees, and the goal here is to feel the adductors, so inner hips. So sometimes when I talk about prone frog, I'm okay with, I'm just going to turn to the side, sorry for my butt. I talk about if this is too intense, you can for sure bring your feet in, but for this one, I definitely want to get some leverage. Now, if that sounds horrible, you've got blocks, or if you don't have blocks, you've got pillows or blankets or something, because I want you to set up, unless you don't need it. If you're crazy flexible through the inner hips, you might be super comfortable doing this unsupported. Otherwise, the supported variation looks like this. Also, if your knees don't love this, my knees have no feeling anymore. That's just how it goes. That's not true. They do have feeling, but they're just really tough and beat up because of all of this stuff. However, if you don't want to do that to your knees, you can roll up a blanket or a pillow or whatever to put it underneath the knee so that it feels supported. I do want you to be feeling work in the inner hips, but I really don't want you to be feeling like, oh my sweet goodness, my knee joints, right? So I'm going to place this pretty much kind of like right near my solar plexus, my belly and my rib connection. Let me make sure I'm in a clean 90. That looks pretty good. Okay, so the first little part here is I don't need us to go to a true end range. Like I don't need you to be crying or blacking out because your inner hip stretch is so intense. Let's shoot for maximum 85%, okay? And then once you're in that spot, because it's not a true end range, we're not gonna sit here for a very long time. We're gonna do some active work. Take a nice big breath. Big breath out. Just to get the system to relax for a second. One more breath like that, big breath. And release. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna demonstrate on my left leg first. We're palesing and railsing. So this is gonna be tough to see, so I'm gonna cheat. Pales is I'm sending my left ankle into the floor as if I were trying to lift my knee off the ground. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit better. Imagine I'm still in that position, the position you are in, and I'm trying to rotate my ankle into the floor. Okay? That's the game. And we're going to slowly work on building intensity as opposed to immediately to 100. Okay? So we're in our nice clean 90 and pales. I'm rotating the ankle into the floor. It's almost as if I'm trying to get the $1 billion bill underneath the knee of the leg that's working. Okay, breathe. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80. And you can take your time. If 80 feels good, great. If you want to go for 100, crush that sucker, right? Foot into the floor, trying to hover that knee off. Breath, as you can see for me, there's no movement, right? But there's plenty of work. If I didn't have to talk, I'd be working much harder, so you should be giving it what you got. 5, 4, 3, 2. Time for some lift-offs. The ankle is going to come off the ground. Nothing else moves. Back down. 4 more. Up. Hold. Down. 3. Up. Down, 2, up, down, 1, hold it, and down. Yeehaw! First round. We're gonna do this a couple times. I'm not gonna tell you many times because otherwise you're gonna hate me. Other side. Try and lift the knee, push the foot and the ankle down, external rotation, breathe, go for it. 20%, 40, 60, 80. As much effort as you feel like you can generate safely. Trying to put that $1 billion bill between the knee and the floor. Breath, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift offs. Foot up. You can kind of barely see my little foot back there. Back down. 4 more. Up. Down. Up. Down. I'm finding more each time is the goal. Up. Down. I lost count for magic. Let's do one more. And down. Perfect. Breathe. Okay, we're staying here. My body has already gotten closer to the floor. My internal rotation continues to get better after each rep. If you're experiencing that, awesome. You can totally adjust. If you're having the opposite experience and you're like, Mark, I hate you, get yourself out of this thing. Put another block underneath there, right? I want us to be at a spot where it's sustainable, where we can breathe, where you're not crying nor cursing my name. Okay? Otherwise, we're going to do it again. Left foot into the floor. Breathe. Ramp it. Go at your own pacing this time. And as always, instead of going immediately to 100%, although sometimes I will ask for that, I like to give the body options, right? Just like we've got the maturity and ability to control how our hand engages, we want the same thing for every joint that we're training. We're at that max effort or 80%, whatever feels comfortable. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the lift offs. 5, down. 4, down. 3, down. 2, down. 1. Good squeeze, lots of height. Down. Other side. Right foot into the floor, knee tries to lift. Ramp up that intensity. Breath. Take your time. We're at that 80 to max effort level. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the lift-offs. 1, down. 2, down. 3, it should be a full rep. I don't need to count for you in terms of how long you need to hold it. And 5. And down, right? You're fighting for more each time. I promise you, we're almost done. We're gonna do it one more time, both legs at the same time. It's gonna feel a little different, so you might have to brace, you might have to hold something, you might have to rearrange and get out of this for a second and curse my name. Understood, and totally fine. Set yourself up, nice big breath. As you exhale, ankles into the floor. It's like I'm trying to literally lift my knees off the ground. Ramp it, 20%, 40, 60, I'm cursing my own name right now, 80%. As much effort as you can give me without passing out and with no pain. Breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't let this go into your low back. Lift the feet. Yeehaw! Fight for it. Down. 4 more. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Uno mas. Go for it. Crush it. Breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. I find the easiest way to come out of this pose is to either wibble wobble or literally straighten the legs out behind. Shake that out a little bit. Yee. Those are my sound effects. You're allowed to make any sound effect that feels true and natural and organic to you. Okay? Every time I do something that intense, I like to give my body a little natural play. So whatever you need to do to kind of figure it out, if you need to go walk around the block or put a cool compress on your forehead or whatever, it's totally fine. Okay? Otherwise, we get to sit up for our next position, and we will need our blocks for that. Okie dokie, this next one, we are for sure gonna need some support. I've got 2 blocks, but as you're going through this, you might be like, I need a lot of blocks or a lot of pillows or books or small children or whatever you need to brace yourself. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna go into a big hip extension position. The game is this: make this front leg comfortable. Okay, so that can be in, that can be out to the side, that can be on a pillow, it can be all the way in. It's whatever's gonna make it just kind of not there, right? This back leg, we're gonna try and walk that knee back pretty much as far as it'll go, and then I put my blocks pretty much in the same position through this spot, okay? You can just let yourself kind of sink into it for a sec. So like for me, I feel maybe a little bit of action in the front of the left hip, definitely some action in that right hip. But here's the game. And before you go into this, you might want to watch me do this. I'm going to capture my back foot and get a little quad stretch, okay? If you're like, there's no way in hell I can do that from this position, you can towel it up or strap it up or whatever you need, or if you need to like hold on to the heel instead or something, that'd be totally fine with me. If that's super ridiculous, come out of it, okay? You can allow yourself to find more of an upright position, okay? Or anything that lets you feel stable. You need to hold on to something, whatever it is, just capture that back foot so it's in a little quad stretch. Otherwise, we're gonna go back in that position that I demonstrated first. Okay, set yourself up. Arms are gonna maybe need to shift positions so they can help you. Arm might have to come across to balance you, whatever. Otherwise, capture the foot, nice deep quad stretch. Bring that heel as close to butt as possible. What we're going to try and avoid is this, boing, right? Is a little slingshot. The goal is this. Hold it in tight. Don't let it slip. Activate the bejesus out of that hamstring in the short position. Regrip. Okay, here we go. 5 of them. Nice and tight. Breath. Don't lose it. And let go. Activate, activate. 5, 4, 3, 2. Grab. Pull it in tight. And release, but no slingshot. 5, 4, 3, 2. Again. Pull it in and release. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. 2 more. Nice and tight. Get a little stretch each time. Remind that tissue what the end range actually is and release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Una más. Grab. Pull it in. And release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. Shake that out. Let's go ahead and do the other side. We're going to do 2 rounds, but I want to make sure you feel like you can come out of it, recover. Gosh, I'm sweating a ton. If you are not sweating a ton, that's probably okay. Otherwise, if you're feeling like you're really building some heat, you are not alone. Okay, set yourself up. Blocks go wherever they need to go. This front knee goes wherever it needs to go. Capture the foot. And nice and tight. Breath. Release. No slingshot. Hamstring. 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. Tight. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Grip. Tight. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Grip. Tight. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. 1 more. Nice and tight. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Yeehaw! If you need to come out of that a little bit, no big deal. If you need to do a little shifty doos, no big deal. Do whatever your body's giving you the little intuitive hints about. Otherwise, joy of joys, we get to do it again. But this time, when we do it again, we're going to do 1 little game after each side. Okay, so don't let yourself fully get out of that position after the 5th one. Okay, let's set it up. Take your time. Make sure you feel relatively stable and capture the first foot. Nice and tight. Here we go. No slingshot. Fire it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. If you get crampies and need to come out, fine. Tight. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. At your own pacing now. Number 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. Regrip. You can do 5 seconds. You can do longer if you need that deeper communication layer. Fine. This is number 4. Regrip. And number 5. Cool. Relax. You can shake it out if you need to, but stay in this position because here's our next game. For me, I always need to kind of prop myself up for it, but the game here is to bring the heel to the butt. One hand can help you, or usually the same hand of the leg you're using can help you, and the goal is to hover the knee. Whoop. Back down. Ooh, a little pop for me. We're going to do 5 of those. Just a word of warning, when I first did these, I was like, there's no way, right? I cried for my mama. It was a whole ordeal. So if this is your first time doing this, and you have to like take some breaks or do some adjustments or that stuff, fine. You're normal, all is well, okay? I already did 1, so I'm going to count that as 1 for me. Do 1 right now, okay? That's 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeehaw! Out of it. Shake it out. Do whatever you need. Gather yourself. Send your prayers to whatever deity that you believe in. Because we got the other side. In fact, I might demo on this side just so we can be on the same page. Set it up. Yep. And first we got to do our hamstring shortening. And 5 rounds. Again, we've been doing this, so you know. Go at your own pace. Go for 5. This is 1. Regrip. Try and close that little gap. 2. I don't care if the foot is flexed or pointed, but you're feeling hamstring, not like weird ankle or foot stuff is ideal. And after your fifth one, you've got 5 extension lift-offs, okay? So the game for me, I always find it's helpful to brace with the opposite hand, wherever, doesn't really matter. The opposite leg might do some help, it's fine. The goal is to get a little hover in that bad boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, and down. Cool. When I first started doing those, it was all hamstring, right? I had no idea how to connect to my butt in that short position. Totally normal, totally fine. If you have a different experience than what I described or any of the other things that we've been chatting about in that extension position as of late, that's okay and that's normal. The goal is just to get better at the position. All right, team, last little bit of the day, we're gonna set up in a straddle position. So straddle, everyone's gonna be a little bit different. Sit right on my mic back, apparently. Everyone's gonna feel a little bit different about this. Some of you, again, might be hating me and cursing me. Others of you might be like, yeah, that's gonna feel nice, right? So for me, I can get pretty deep into this. That's pretty good, but I can't quite like pancake through any of those things. I would say just as like a happy middle ground, you want to be at about 70% to 80%. I don't really need us to be in max effort unless you're like, dang, this feels good, and you want to start diving in a little bit deeper, okay? Okay, so the first bit of this is just a little experiment and a little test. The test is this. However far you need to lean, I want you to lean and lift the leg. Yeah! You're going to feel stuff on the top, maybe hip flexor, maybe some quad, light up, okay? Do that on the other side, just make sure it's like, oh yeah, that's right, okay, good. That's 1. 2, send the heel into the floor. Hamstring tissue, maybe some glute tissue. Send the heel into the floor. Excellent. Here's the first game. You make little vampire arms, get nice and tall. Activate the top tissue as if the leg was to lift, but I don't need the leg to lift. I just need the tissue to activate. Turn towards that leg, start activating the top tissue. Hinge yourself forward into a bottom position, keep your spine nice and straight. As you rotate across, push this heel into the floor. Use that hamstring butt stuff. Use that hamstring butt stuff to push you up as opposed to your low back pulling you up, okay? We're gonna do that 2 more times. Rotate, quad, hip flexor stuff. Hinge, breath, yeehaw. Rotate across, push the heel down, push it so that you can come up. 1 more. Rotate. Top tissue, hinge. Let it pull you deeper because this is working actively. Across, push down so we can push you up. Switch arms. If you want to start adding a little bit of tension, or if you're like, oh, I'm crushing this, bring your hands behind your head. Okay, I'm not crushing this and I have to talk, so I'm going to do this one. Turn, top tissue, hinge. Use that top tissue to pull yourself in. Keep the spine as relatively straight as possible. Not this, right? Oh. Come across, push into the heel. Use the hamstring glute stuff to come out. 2 more. Rotate, pull, leg up, and across. Push into this leg to come up. Una más. Rotate, top tissue, hinge, 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 hinge. And across, bottom tissue, push, 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 push. Come on out of that. Take a little break, big breath. And breath out. Again, breath in. And breath out. Okay, good. This next one, axial rotations of the hip. I'm going to demonstrate it at the barest bones level. If you're really flexy here, you're going to be tall and as hinged forward as you humanly possibly can within safety zones, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to lean back. I think I want us to point for this. If in a point you're just like cramp city, A, you probably need it, but B, if it's horrible, neutral or flexion through here, totally fine, okay? Otherwise, I want us to point, and we're going to lift Slowly 5 times, big slow circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. If that was garbage, you can for sure lean back to help get that leg up. If you're like, that wasn't too bad, you're gonna get a little deeper into your stretch and you're gonna hinge, right? I want you in pretty darn close to end range through this game. Other side. Okay, set yourself up. If you're really pushing it, you're gonna be here. I wanna be kind of in the middle ground, and then further back is gonna make it a little more accessible. Right about here. Point, hover. 1, 2, see how slow I'm going. 3, control the circle. 4, 5, all the way. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, 5, relax. Spicy meatball down. Woo! I'm already getting a little cramped through here, so if you need to like come out of it a little bit, give it a little break, normal and fine. Otherwise, give the legs a break. If you can stay in straddle, cool. Otherwise, we're gonna go through some swimmers. Let's do one at a time. One hand back to the back of the head and one hand to the shoulder blades. And switch. Again, if you're crushing this, this feels good. You can do this in more like a pancake, okay? Otherwise, I'm gonna stay right here. Breathe. Nice and tall spine, try not to hinge or maneuver. And, okay, good. Relax. Joy of joys. We're gonna do this one more time. That's kind of a lot. This variation one more time, and then another variation for the third time, okay? Point, hover, circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax, adjust as necessary, otherwise, let's get right into it. Tall, as hinge forward as feels feasible. I'm in the middle, you can always lean back. Hover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. For our last set of that, which we're gonna take a little break, I really want you to make sure that your knees and toes are facing straight up. Because the body is smart and it's like, dear God, this is terrible. It's gonna try and figure out ways to either externally rotate or internally rotate depending on your body to make it more accessible. Keep knee and toe straight up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, before we go into that last set, we're gonna do some twists. Give yourself a nice big bear hug, or you can just hold on to elbows. I'm gonna do that so I don't crush my microphone in my chest. Nice and tall, big breath. And as you exhale, push to the feet and rotate. Hold, keep rotating for 3, 2, 1. Other side, breath. Twist, push through the feet, rotate as deeply as you possibly can. 3, 2, 1. Center, if you want to switch grip or switch arms, or if you want to bring the hands behind your head like we did in the other variation, you can. Twist, dig for more. Imagine I'm trying to rotate you in this direction. 3, 2, 1. Breath. Other way. Crush it. 3, 2, 1. One more. If you need to take a break, take a break. Otherwise, we rotate. Crush it. Dig. 3, 2, breathe. 1. Other side. Crush it. Push through the heels. Don't let the knees collapse in. Nice and neutral. Dig. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Okay, our last of the axial hovers. Again, if you are flexing McFlexerson, hinge yourself forward, hover. We're going to do bilateral. We're going to do both legs at the same time. Your boy is going to hinge back a little bit, and if you need to like really go back in order to make this feasible, totally fine. I'm not going to talk during this next one because it's really hard. And if this is not hard for you, we got to push a little deeper into our end range. Okay? Try the point again, as long as that feels relatively accessible. Hands or blocks or whatever, you're totally your friends. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spicy. Shake that out a little bit. Last little game, upper body. Both arms out at 90. One goes internal, one goes external, and switch. And switch. You can kind of go at your own pacing here, but it's that idea of wringing out the dish towel inside that joint. If you want more and you're just loving the straddle, hinge. Breathe. Almost done. Nice strong fist. Show off the guns. We'll take it to the gun show. For 3. For 2. When that all feels balanced, shake that out. Bring the legs in. Feet wide. Knees one way. Knees the other way. Any other little final movements that you want to do to make things feel good, go for it. I also recommend taking a little Shavasana. I don't need to lie here on the floor to do Shavasana with you, but if you want to do that, go for it. Set a little timer for 3 to 5 minutes. And the goal of Shavasana, besides being called corpse pose, which there's a whole lot of metaphorical meaning for why that is the case, I'll probably dive into that into a later video. But the whole idea of taking a Shavasana, especially after a class like this, is to let your central nervous system relax, right? We just overloaded the system with a ton of stimulus so we can grow and expand our threshold and all that stuff. And so the little Shavasana that you're going to take for yourself, if you want to take it, is to just come back down into calm, restorative headspace and central nervous system space. Here comes a big old sneeze. Goodness gracious. Otherwise, I appreciate your effort. I thank you so much for being here and giving it your all. Thumbs to forehead, we get tall, we breathe, and namaste. I recognize the light and the effort and the work that you do, and I'm grateful.